This awareness through movement lesson, aptly named hip joints, explores the 4 different movements of the hip joints and how those movements connect to move our pelvis. When we take our knee towards the floor, we're externally rotating the hip joint. When we take our knee towards the other leg, we are internally rotating the hip joint. When we're on our side and take the knee towards the chest, we're flexing the hip joint. And finally, when we take the leg behind us, we are extending the hip joint. So once we get the idea of what these 4 basic movements feel like, we can go to town doing circles and all kinds of fun things. As we take our foot to the floor, we can feel how the hip joint, in going beyond its range of movement, starts to roll the pelvis. We can take the pelvis even farther when we start exploring taking the knee to the floor. But wait, if we keep going and slide the knee downward on the floor, we end up on our stomachs. And we can come back by reversing the movement. We're using internal rotation and flexing to get onto our stomachs, and we're using external rotation and extension to get back onto our backs. And we can alternate our legs and roll all over the place. But it's the leg that is leading the movement of rolling the pelvis. Getting our pelvis to move and respond to the movements of the rest of our bodies is essential in free, pain-free movement. My arthritis was gone after my first year of training, and it was because of lessons like this one that freed up my pelvis and allowed my lower spine to stop having to compensate for the lack of movement in my pelvis. For more information about my classes, visit integratedselfeugene.com. Be well.